Building a data warehouse, BI, or data lake solution on cloud can essentially be split into two verticals or roles. The first one is your data warehouse management, which might sound a bit old school, but I believe it's extremely important for any team to have someone who specializes in this. This requires strong understanding of data modeling concepts like star schema and data vault. It also takes understanding of how the data is set up in your data warehouse in the form of tables, schemas, and databases. You have to know how to optimize the SQL queries, which means you got to be strong in writing SQL. You have to ensure the compute resources are being utilized in the most optimal manner so as to optimize your cloud costs. You have to know user and access management, who has access to what sort of data. You also have to make sure of the readiness of the data so as to enable BI reporting and analytics. Finally, you have your data governance and security. So the first vertical requires one to have a good understanding of the data warehouse solution which is being used. The second vertical is where your cloud provider outside of your data warehouse comes into play, like Google or Amazon Cloud. This role mainly deals with ETL, movement of data, data pipeline orchestration, and deployments, for which you need someone with strong scripting skills along with the know how of different cloud components. You got to know how to orchestrate your pipelines using an orchestration tool like, let's say, Airflow or step functions. You have to know when to use Spark as opposed to just writing simple Python or Scala jobs, and how and where to deploy them. Also, the know how of deployments when it comes to machine learning models is important because you have a plethora of options on cloud, like you have AWS Glue, EMR, SageMaker, and forecasting. Finally, you have your logging, stack trace, alerting, and notifications, which requires knowing the respective tools as well. So, in general, when you build a pipeline on cloud, you have to make sure of two aspects. One, they're optimized in terms of performance. Two, they're optimized in terms of cost as well. Because on cloud, there are so many tools which can possibly do the same thing, but for one to be able to decide which is the best solution, you have to have a basic understanding first. This course covers a bit of both, but mainly focuses on the first aspect, which involves knowing Snowflake. But there is one section dedicated to AWS and Python only.